This course is for you if you want a professional site that can convert. You want leads, you want bookings, you want sales, okay? I have used these websites to convert. This site itself has converted people, and I spend $1 a day on ads, and this site itself has converted people. So let's think about that. So if that's what you're looking for, this could be it. If you're ready to use an AI tool to handle the heavy lifting. So there'll be no coding. If you've ever gotten confused by Wix or WordPress or Square sites, and there's just all these buttons and drags and drops, and one easy user interface to do all this. And it's so much simpler than you think. It's fantastic. If you prefer guided instruction with live support and accountability. Now, let me tell you, this is on YouTube. YouTube University is a thing. I will tell anybody that. I love YouTube University. I'm a personal user, subscriber. I need a shirt that says YouTube U because I've gone, taken courses. I have my degrees from YouTube. Fantastic. But if you've been struggling to use AI stuff because there's so many things out there, I might suggest, and I might yet offer, that you do a live guided course. You'll get a community space to talk to folks. You'll get a weekly instructor, that being me, walking you through the topics, and then you'll also get weekly live Q&A. And if you do better with the real people doing it at the same time as you, this could be for you.
My name is Sheila, and I came to this camp because I wanted to learn more about how to use AI at my job and my personal life. It did just that.
Would you mind telling us what product you were working on?
My app is fun, and it will teach your children responsibility, consistency, and discipline.
When did you know you could build an app like that?
When the team said that you don't have to have any experience in AI or be in the industry of technology, because I'm in the healthcare field and in administration. So based off of that, I'm not in IT, or I was like, okay, let's give this a try. And Crystal, you were right. The team was right that someone with no experience in AI can build something to that capacity.
Who do you think is the best person to take this course?
Really? Anybody who's just willing to learn about where the future is going, where we are right now. It's AI, it's this innovation, it's this technology, it's for everyone. A person shouldn't limit themselves because of their age or their background. So it should be for everyone. Give it a try.
This vibe coding bootcamp is giving kind of like what we used to call enterprise level tools into a, what is the word is everyday Joes, I guess I could say, who just want to do something. Isaiah is my first name, and I worked on a financial app.
What was your favorite thing about coding the app?
The thought process, the thinking of it, and all the things to connect.
How long would it have taken you to build this app before this?
My guess is at least a year. The ability to put the pieces together in a working prototype is what would have been missing. So I think it would have took someone a year to figure all that out on their own without this level and this platform or just environment.
Do you think this has become a skill that you will go to or have gone to?
Both. Absolutely. This has put my perspective on how AI can be used as a tool, and it's added to my skill set. And then also it sharpened my skill sets, because now what I think about, I know what tool to use and how to use it. You can engage in conversations and engage in what you're trying to learn. Engage these tools in what you're trying to do in an effective way. You guys built a good program.
I much appreciate that. And anything you want to say to anyone who's thinking about joining the program, kind of on the fence?
Well, what I learned is you got to dive in somewhere. Dive in. Don't take a lot of time trying to figure out all this other stuff. The structure, the information, and the deliverables that I saw, I was highly impacted and have now established a foundation that I can grow off of.
I love that. I am absolutely excited to see you all online. That was just a couple of snippets from our last program when we vibe coded an app. And now we're actually back to vibe code your next website. And I'm just going to take the time. We're going to talk through a couple things today. So in case you're like, what is this about? What does vibe mean? What is vibe coding? What is vibe building a website? What is vibe marketing? There's so many vibes out there. And why is AI able to accelerate where you are today and where you can go in the future? So we're going to do all that in the next, 20, 25 minutes. So what is vibe? What does it mean? What are we talking about when we say vibe camp? What are we going for? Vibing is when you're using AI kind of as an assistant or a partner to code or to build alongside of you. So this term was coined this year in February. This is a brand new term. So don't worry if you're like, I've heard of vibe coding in my life. Like, it's brand new. It's still 2025, so a baby term. And vibe coding has led to vibe website building, vibe marketing, vibe analytics. There's so many ways to use AI to assist you in building your website, to assist you in marketing and campaigning, to assist you in analytics. And this season, we're just going to focus on the next 4 weeks building your website. And one of the keys about this, you can ask, why build a website? Is such that, one, you can showcase your brand, right? This is one of those really cool moments where I think you can kind of say, what is my brand? And that could be if you're selling jewelry. That could be if you have a service-based business. It could be if you're a thought leader in your space. Like, what is your brand? What does that mean? So that's one thing you can do with a website. You can clearly articulate and show your brand. Another reason why you want a website is to sell, to make money. Like, to be honest, we're here today talking about a program and I'm selling and making money. And this website is what's going to help me do it. And this website, by the way, is vibe coded as well. So this website was vibed totally by hand in under an hour. And I might link that video somewhere later here so you can see that process. I'll speed it up so it won't be a whole hour. But you can see within an hour, I made this website, this exact one that you're looking at. So pay attention. Maybe give me some pointers if you have them. The next thing is direct booking. Let's say you have appointments you want to book, or you want to sell a service and you want someone to, do a demo with you. You can do that through a website. Engaging with your audience. Maybe you want a blog or community updates and the things you want to tell your audience about you. And that's something you can do as well. And lastly, generate leads. For any of us out there, a marketing website is a space. It's like your storefront on the internet, and people can find you and they can sign up. They can look at promo offers that you might have. They can fill out forms. You can build quizzes. If anyone's ever done a quiz form as a lead gen, they're excellent. And trust me, AI coding to do that is one of the easiest and fastest ways to do it all in-house. Okay. This course is for you so maybe it's not for everyone, and that's okay. This course is for you if you want a professional site that can convert. You want leads, you want bookings, you want sales. Okay. I have used these websites to convert. This site itself has converted people, and I spend $1 a day on ads, and this site itself has converted people. So let's think about that. So if that's what you're looking for, this could be it. If you're ready to use an AI tool to handle the heavy lifting. So there'll be no coding. If you've ever gotten confused by Wix or WordPress or Square sites, and there's just all these buttons and drags and drops, and one easy user interface to do all this. And it's so much simpler than you think. It's fantastic. If you prefer guided instruction with live support and accountability. Now, let me tell you, this is on YouTube. YouTube University is a thing. I will tell anybody that. I love YouTube University. I'm a personal user, subscriber. I need a shirt that says YouTube U because I've gone, taken courses. I have my degrees from YouTube. Fantastic. But if you've been struggling to use AI stuff because there's so many things out there, I might suggest, and I might yet offer, that you do a live guided course. You'll get a community space to talk to folks. You'll get a weekly instructor, that being me, walking you through the topics. And then you'll also get weekly live Q&A. And if you do better with the real people doing it at the same time as you, this could be for you. Okay, so this is course for you if And then you can ask, well, what am I going to get? What am I going to get in this course? One, you're going to get 4 live workshops. And that's for a couple reasons. One, 4 is not too long. You're going to complete your website, have it ready for a certain time of the year coming where people might be inclined to shop a lot or spend money on things that they necessarily don't need. So in 4 weeks, we need to be fast. We're going to have you up and running with your storefront. Okay. You can actually use a prompt library, things that you can find and use. We're going to have a learning hub where we can collect the information, where you can ask questions in a safe community where we will answer questions in a nice way. Everything we do for Vibing and the Vibe Camp is we try to templatize it so that you can make not this website, you can make as many websites as you want. And in fact, the platform that we're going to use doesn't cap the number of websites that you make. So if you want to make 10 websites, you can, or you can make one, but there's not really a limit there, more about your creativity and the time that you have to really put that into practice. And lastly, this is a lifelong skill. If you've been waiting to do something in the AI space and build something with AI, this is you starting that journey. Build with AI, build the knowledge and skills that you need, right? And you can have it for the rest of the time. As long as you have the knowledge and skill, it's yours. So how does this work? First thing we do, we're doing this today. We're doing the pre-course week. We're tools checks, why my website. I'm going to have a worksheet online, why my website. You can find it in our community. Once you join the school community, you'll be able to find this. What's your deliverable? The outcome statement plus a sitemap. This is to say that don't go into this thinking, I can do everything. Sometimes, like, what do you want out of this? Do you want a place that you can sell your custom mugs? That's it. That's the answer. That's what we want to go with. So we know exactly what we're trying to build. We know what our targets are, and we can actually figure out exactly what pages you want. Do you need a blog for that, for mugs? Maybe you do. Maybe you want the history of mugs, history of ceramics, why mugs mean something, why mugs are important. I actually love mugs as souvenirs. So you'll see out of all my dishes, a mismatch of mugs. It's the only place I let myself be a little bit crazy in the kitchen. So there you go. Week 1, you can plan and draft your website with AI. It's actually very easy to do this, but you want to make sure you're answering the right problems. You're doing the right things. So like I said, you can build a lot, you can build anything, but when we're targeted with that outcome first solution and we position exactly what you want what your website to be, week 1 is powerful. We want to make sure you have brand copy. You want to make sure you have your legal pages, privacy pages, terms and conditions pages, refund policies. We'll have some homework involved here. Copy, by the way, just means like the words on your website that you're using and the language that's going on. So we call it copy, which is very fun, like copyright copy. Week 2, you're going to build your core and go live. So think about that. From today, count like 14 days, you can have a live website. That's it. Now, we're going to still work on it, but you can have a live website in 2 weeks. So this is kind of one of those really excellent points. The reason why I think it's highly beneficial for us to do something like this. Week 3, make it functional and smart. Up until this is just a normal, regular website. And we're going to build, you can, shop and save and all that. But in week 3, we're going to add some functionality, right? It could be payments and booking. It could be lead generation. It could be email sequencing. We can do that. We can do an FA bot, an AI bot. And some FAQ pages, and this is we're going to give it some functions. So it's going to be like a little bit of a tool back there. So not just a pure website. So this is where we get a little bit complicated. If you did our first camp that started in September, you would have already known we can build tools with Lovable. And so you might already have a tool back there. We're going to build some more functionality in it. And lastly, week 4, we're going to do something that's important. We're going to test it. We're going to share it, have your friends talk about it. We love those lovely critics that love us and that can give us positive feedback and tell us when we misspell things or it doesn't quite make sense. You need that. You need your site up and ready. So by the time we hit mid-December, you're ready to go, right? Look at the analysis. We have a launch checklist. And so this is the 4-week program. And as you saw earlier, what our participants said from our last camp, they really enjoyed it. Here's some more quotes from the camps that we've had. So please come by thevibecamp.com and you're going to be able to see all these quotes. So the next one we're going to go over is why it works. Why am I doing this? That's a great question too. AI is powerful. Like it's powerful. And there's so much you can do with it. You can do AI agents and automations. Of course, as you know, ChatGPT can answer questions, FAQs, it can dig through things. It can also work robots. Have y'all seen that lately? They have robots that are folding clothes. That's probably should have been the first use case. AI folding clothes first. That was the thing we needed. Okay. But AI is powerful. This is really, I want you to tap into that power. That's really where we're going here. A live instructor guidance. Most of us don't do self-paced well. It's easy to learn a lot of stuff that you never use. I told someone earlier today about this course, radical implementation. I want you to implement this. And to do that, sometimes it helps to have people to talk to. You get against the wall. That's so normal and that's totally okay. And then, of course, we have those templates and those standard things that can help you get through some roadblocks as you might have, or you might want to vibe it through and be creative. All of it's allowed, but kind of structure a 4 week, really impactful time frame that we can really execute and get it done. So you're going to ship a professional website, no coding, okay? And basically in 2 weeks, but every week we're going to build towards launching it even more better, even more professional. Like I said, nice functionality. We're going to test it. AI does the heavy lifting. I'm going to do the talking with you all, and then you're going to have your resources, and you will have each other in the community. That's a great, great thing. What do we use? That's a good question too. Give me your answer. Okay, this is great, but what's going to be useful for me? Like I said, I love Lovable. We're also going to start with a ChatGPT or Gemini Claude to really talk through and partner through this process. A lot of times you need to strategize what you want to build. Just starting to build this is great, and we love it. Outcome first thinking means that what do I want to build? Why do I want to build that? What's the purpose there? If you know you're going to build mugs, fantastic, but you might not know what you want to have a website for. You might be like, well, I'm a professional. I don't even have a company yet. Why have a website? Okay, that's a question. It's a great question. And so we're going to actually answer kind of some of that. Lovable.dev is what I want. I'm a lovable builder. My one reason, the top reason, is it's simple. Kind of fluff. Yes, I use Cursor. Yes, I've done Windsurf and the Tray and Replit and Base 44 and da 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 da. Claude. Yes, I've seen those things. Hope is my favorite builder for anyone. Teach a grandparent to Lovable. That to me is fantastic. We taught 17-year-olds and we taught 16-year-olds Lovable, and they all are good at doing this. I thought the range is better. It's very approachable. You can really hit it on the head, kind of like that balance between technical input and like functionality. That's good. Payments and booking. Yeah, Stripe or PayPal or even Shopify. You'll notice Lovable has a Shopify integration now. You can build your Shopify site on here, claim it on Lovable, and just do the things like $1 for the first 3 months. So between now and like January, February, it's perfect timing. This could be the really affordable solution. For emails, we can use Resend. I'll tell you what that is. For analytics, all Lovable. And the hosting and domains, we actually have a domain server, mainstream web hosting that we use. And another thing we're going to show you in the course. So basically, all right there, I'm going to build together. All the pieces are there. This is where a little more detail just to talk you through. And this is all on the website. I'm just taking my time to really give it to you because I find that not only did I vibe code this, but it answers a lot of the points that you might have. How is this going to work, Crystal? Like, yeah, we have all the tools. You're good to go. Do I even know what I want yet? That's why we're going to work you through with your AI assistant, Gemini, and even the course and the community. We'll talk about that. Is it going to be affordable? Yes, very, very affordable for the life skills you're going to get. And the tools themselves, I think, are some of the best in industry at the price they come in. So all those different pieces. And then one of the things you might be thinking about, what am I going to use? The draft copy is done by AI. You're going to build your website, and it's not going to feel as hard as it might have done before. Have you ever tried? I've tried Wix, and I just couldn't make it. I did. I tried Wix. I couldn't make it. I had to quit it, and I just didn't go back, and it's okay. And this is not that. Okay, if you've ever gone into one of those WordPress sites and been just so confused, this is not that. You're going to be fine. So I really think it's going to be a healthy experience for a lot of us. Like I said, by mid-December, you'll have this ready. You have an email capture and a welcome sequence. You'll have lifelong knowledge. You'll have analytics. Like I said, your website's live. It can take payments. People can pay you. So if you do it right, this course can pay for itself more than once before the end of the year. And then you can have a little slice from income. So core dates you want to talk about starts on the 18th. It's a live online community space on School. I actually really like School both ways, SCHOOL and SKOOL. I really like School. And time commitment, 4 to 6 hours a week. 1 hour for lecture, 1 hour weekly Q&A. But you should spend about 2 to 4 hours just doing it yourself, right? Like really getting in there, getting your hands dirty. Take some time. So imagine over 20 hours over a month, you will have a website. If you can commit to 20 hours, I think you can get a decent website that can actually start to make money. And that's real test, actually, is to test it with the market. And we'll talk about that in the course, but that's really where the information kind of comes to. Okay, so let me look around. Give me a second. Let me check the chats to make sure people aren't asking me anything. Okay, I'm looking at the chats. No one's asking me nothing. This is fantastic. But these are questions that have been asked. So let's go through that real quick. Do I need to code? No. We have templates. Lovable does the heavy lifting. No coding required. Although, if you are so inclined, you can go into the back end of Lovable and learn some code. So I'm not going to say shy away from it. This could be a healthy chance. If you've been scared of code your whole life, you don't have to look at it, but you can, and it's there. Actually, it can teach you coding if you ask. It's on the side, not on here, but there you go. Which website platforms do you teach? I teach Lovable.dev. There are a lot of platforms out there. There's Framer. I know Wix actually has their own AI platform. There's just a lot of things out there. The reason why I teach Lovable for many purposes is that for $25 a month, you can host as many websites as you want. Let me say that again. I'm going to show you again. For $25 a month, you can host as many websites as you want. And you see, these ones I've built myself. We'll get to the end of some more. Maybe there's more. Yes. Look at all these websites. $25 a month is the first one I did. $25 a month. And you can build as many websites. And they're hosted online. $25 a month. As many websites as you want. Okay? Personally a fan of that. What if you miss a section? Well, great question. If you miss a section in class, like I said, the point is that this is a targeted course. It starts, but we will actually have each session live uploaded to the course room. You can catch up on your own pace, but I encourage you to keep pace with the weeks. So don't fall like 2 weeks behind. The goal is that you actually have a website done. And I'm being particular because you can watch YouTube at your own pace too, right? But sometimes it doesn't kick you into gear. So be mindful. Yes, in 3 weeks, your site can take payments. And because I take payments on my sites using Lovable, and I'll show you one of those. Actually, I'll do it right now. Let's see what we got here. So this is a completely Lovable done site. These are our prices. We have annual plans, we have monthly plans, and we take it goes through Stripe. So I'm not just saying it could, in theory, take payments. It actually takes payments. You can get it online. It's not that hard. Can I bring an existing site? You sure can. We can bring the site in and kind of, in a sense, remake it through Lovable. So that's probably possible. What will you finish with? A live website. Now, this is still incumbent upon you doing the work of the website. I can't say you're absolutely going to have a website if you don't do anything. But I can say if you put those 4 to 6 hours in per week, we will get you out a website. And we will have one-on-one time as well. We have weekly Q&A sessions and the lectures. I'm telling you, you will get out a website. In fact, the first prompt you put in Lovable gives you a website. As long as you do the Lovable, you will get a website. That's almost done. And like we talked about earlier, 4 to 6 hours per week, 1 to 2 hours for live workshop, 3 to 4 hours for your homework and building the community. When you're ready, you're just going to sign into here. So this is thevibecamp.com. Very exciting. What that's going to do, you're going to sign into there. It's going to send you here. So we're at thevibecamp.com. Okay, so you're going to get in there, do your thing. And just for perspective, like I said, here's another website that we've done. All this through vibe coding. Like I said, we take our services page. We do take payments through here. Just there's a plethora of things that happen. I have another page, and like Crystal, you showed me, like, yes, free advertisement on YouTube. Might as well do it. But we have another page here as well that, I've done the website. If you want to, you can get my book. Get the book, goes to my book page, learn more about the book. You hit that page, go to this page, the book page, and this is also, yet again, another Lovable site. Okay? So I've already showed you 5 or 6 sites on Lovable, and they all cost me that base price, only do 100 credits per month. And like I said, you want to turn your ideas into extra income. I mean, like I said, this is the best move. If you're wondering, how do I make money? Make a website. Make a website. Try. Put something out there. It's not necessarily a side hustle, but people, you can make $1,000 online. You can make $5,000 online. Like I said, our site, that's I can pull in $5,000 for just one payment. Okay, I have a consulting site that does a similar thing. I can show you that one. That one does a similar thing. Professional websites are just, we can keep going. I can keep going. We had 2 minutes left. Let me just read through a couple of things. Why a website? And not just social media. Great question. You could just I have an Instagram page. I have a LinkedIn page. Is that enough? It could be, but then someone goes to search for you online. Like you would. If you were going to pay someone almost any amount of money at this point, $1. If you can get someone your email, you almost want to go search them online. Go online and look. And when they have a website, it looks official. Right? Pick a lane. That website typically is, fitness, teaching, consulting, creating. There's so many things you can do, right? You can do starter packages. You can do digital courses. And we go through more of this on the page, so feel free to read it. Just like this. Yeah. We do a weekend sprint. And just there's more and more and more and more and more. Long story short, to the camp. Thevibecamp.com starts next Tuesday at 6 p.m. We're going to have an hour lecture. And then Thursday at 6 p.m. we have an hour Q&A. That's 2 hours a week. Put your extra time in. And in 2 weeks, you're going to have a website. And then in 4 weeks, you're going to have something that you can share that's reliable, that will take payments. So if you want to have a $20 t-shirt that'll tell someone tacos on Tuesday, I just want a nice, cute t-shirt called Tacos on Tuesday. You can have it drop shipped through something like Printify. You get to have any t-shirts on hand and, post it online, cute swag stuff, send them to your website and get paid for tacos on Tuesdays. That's it. It's super simple. So I appreciate you all joining. This has been an excellent show, and I'm thankful we had the time together. Like I said, hit up thevibecamp.com. When you see this page, that is us, and we love it. And so, yeah, that's it. That's it, y'all. Bye.